Welcome back to the Malaysia Money Matters show. It's the 2nd of December 25. Today we're doing our quick and focused deep dive into the biggest news shaping Malaysia's financial landscape.
Right, and we're starting right here at home with some major domestic company updates.
Absolutely. The big one, I think, has to be Perodua.
Without a doubt, they've just launched their first ever battery electric vehicle, the QVE.
And the pricing is, well, it's interesting, RM 80,000, but that's excluding the battery.
It is, and this was a massive undertaking. We're talking about RM 800 million in development costs using over 100 local experts.
So the government is really backing this.
Fully. The Prime Minister confirmed Perodua is now the lead for the whole EV ecosystem under the new Industrial Master Plan 2030. And that price you mentioned is tied to this new leasing concept they're rolling out, battery as a service.
BaaS, right. So is an RM 80,000 car without a battery really accessible for middle-income buyers? Or does this just, shift the financial anxiety instead of removing it?
Well, the idea is to lower that big upfront cost. It's meant to tackle the main fear people have, the battery dying or degrading, and the huge replacement costs.
Okay, so switching gears from cars to power. Tenaga Nasional.
Yes, this is a huge win for them. They've finally resolved a really long-standing tax issue.
This is the Reinvestment Allowance application, the RIA. The Ministry of Finance approved it.
Exactly. And that just removes years of regulatory uncertainty that was hanging over them. It's great for investor confidence.
And analysts are seeing this as more than just clearing the books, aren't they?
For sure. This reduces their future cash tax burden, which could free up a lot of capital. It's really paving the way for a potential market re-rating for the stock.
Okay, now for a bit of corporate drama. Genting's bid to take Genting Malaysia private.
It failed.
Just didn't get the numbers.
Nope. They only managed to secure about a 73% stake. They needed 75% to delist. The market just wanted a higher price, it seems.
So for now, Genting Malaysia remains very much a publicly traded stock. Now, let's look at a couple of key signals of foreign confidence in Malaysia's tech future.
First up is Intel. A serious commitment here. They're investing another RM 860 million.
To make Malaysia their main assembly and test operations hub, right?
Exactly. It reinforces our global standing, not just as, a manufacturing base, but as a high-quality investment destination. We're moving up that semiconductor value chain.
And on the digital side, we have Tencent.
Right. Tencent is expanding its WeChat mini program ecosystem, and they're specifically prioritizing Malaysian businesses.
Why is that?
It's being driven by the rising demand for AI and for cross-border digital services. And crucially, they're integrating local payments like Do It Now.
Which makes all the difference for local adoption.
It really does.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit to the macro picture. I want to talk about this trade balancing act between the U.S. and China.
It's a delicate one. Outgoing Minister Zafrul mentioned China is seeking a trade MOU with Malaysia.
And that comes right after our new trade agreement with the U.S.
A direct response, it seems. But the really important thing here was the clarification from MIT.
On those huge figures being quoted, like the U.S. $240 billion in purchases.
Exactly. MIT made it very clear that Malaysia is not obligated to fulfill those figures. They stress these are corporate decisions, not government ones.
And that minimizes a lot of the political risk.
It does. It shows we're managing those bilateral tensions pretty well, which is great for our key sectors like E&E.
And speaking of government, PM Anwar has ruled out a major cabinet reshuffle.
That's right. He's just planning to fill the 4 existing vacancies, including the one Zafrul is leaving. The announcement on Zafrul's new post is expected tomorrow.
So the message is continuity.
Seems to be. And one last political point. The MACC is defending its procedures in that high-profile probe.
Involving businessman Albert Tai and Anwar's former senior political secretary.
Yes. This came after the Malaysian bar issued a warning about protecting legal privilege, that confidentiality between a lawyer and their client.
So that just highlights the ongoing friction in some of these high-level cases.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's wrap with a quick check on the global markets.
And it's a bit of a risk-off start to December, I'm afraid. Bitcoin plunged.
Dropped below US $86,000. That's a 6% fall in early trading.
Yeah. That kind of volatility really sets a cautious tone for global risk assets as we head into the end of the year.
So bringing it all together, we've got the launch of a domestic EV on one side and Intel strengthening our position in high-value semiconductors on the other. It poses a big question for you to think about. How will Malaysia prioritize domestic technology transfer versus attracting that high-value foreign capital moving forward? We hope this deep dive was valuable. If you want more in-depth market analysis, be sure to subscribe to the Malaysia Money Matters podcast. Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you would like a deeper dive into all the investment opportunities from today's news, subscribe to my newsletter at moneymatters.substack.com. I will be sharing a deeper analysis of the key investment opportunities from today's news, including what makes these opportunities stand out and how they fit into the broader market trends. By subscribing to the Malaysia Money Matters newsletter, you will also get exclusive insights on my watch list and portfolio and fundamental reports on Malaysian listed companies.